gang gitugse nge zumna tawa thanchat phanpe chet tambe chosni tomratpe godam tela chachalo giring nga ika ladak swing mi mang thangmai chaps choste yung sele nga tayo Himalayan regions na yukan mi changme Dalai Lama against mabat chokan mo nga tayo changme ngontenok teo kakchanin samte ladak skituk chokpe chosne nga yung sele. Dear brothers and sisters, we have gathered here today to condemn the recent broadcasting of a video that has portrayed negative propagandas against His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama Tenzin Gyatso. We have all been very hurt by this recent horrifying media accusations that have maligned his name and his reputation. This is a grave injustice that must be corrected. People watching 20 seconds edited clip with perversive description where his innocent act of playfulness, a cultural prank with no ulterior motive and pure grandfatherly affection has been deliberately twisted and scrutinized by something lustful and immoral by the media. There was a belief and assumption that the act was malign and the child was harmed. But we can say with absolute certainty that it did not happen. We urge the world not to rush and criticize His Holiness without acknowledging the cultural differences, language barrier, as well as the situational context of the video of where and how it took place. Today, I stand here representing the U.S. Ladakhi Skituk Tospa here in New York. My brothers and sisters in the Himalayan belt, political leaders, as well as people of all religious backgrounds, whether they're Hindu, Muslim, and Christianity back in Ladakh, who are standing against the defamation of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. We express our unwavering commitment to our spiritual Lama, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate, who is an emanation of Bodhisattva, our Lokesh Teshwara, for many of us, and a living Buddha of peace and love and compassion. Not just for us, but for all the humanity. We convey our strong support and stand in solidarity with the sentiments of 6.7 million brothers and sisters worldwide and Buddhist community at large. The Ladakhi community is here to fight and deconstruct the ongoing cyber warfare by an oppressive government. As a global community, it's our duty to come together to defend the honor and dignity of His Holiness and expose the malicious propagandas of media. His Holiness is a revered figure, not only among the Tibetan people, but also among people of all faith and nationalities. A beacon of peace, compassion, and wisdom for millions of people. He has dedicated his entire life to promote the values of non-violence, love, and understanding. He has inspired countless individuals to become better human beings and work towards building a better world. But despite his tireless efforts, there are some who seek to tarnish his legacy and destroy his reputation. They have spread lies and rumors against him, accusing of things that simply are not true. We cannot tolerate this injustice. And we demand that media be held accountable for their actions and that they apologize for the harm that they caused.
So I tell people in the world, do not believe what you hear on the internet. A very famous American president, Abraham Lincoln, once said, the problem with viral videos is that they are often not true. End quote. People who've watched the viral video do not know that the boy's mother and his grandfather were literally at arm's length from His Holiness and watching the entire interaction. They do not know that there were more than 122 students, other dignitaries, present at this globally live telecasted event that happened over 7 weeks ago. They do not know that the boy and the mother spoke after the teaching to express their joy and happiness, and that the family recently sent His Holiness a letter reassuring that their faith and love for him remains intact and apologize to him for causing this distress. There's been no concerns, complaints, or grievances raised by the boy, the family, the 120 students, the dignitaries, and any and all who was present at this teaching. Now let's take a moment to talk about the boy's mother. She's no ordinary mother. She was conferred with the Grand Doctor of Philosophy and has a degree from Harvard, besides various other qualifications. Her accomplishment and leadership around women empowerment and children's rights and education has won her countless awards and recognition, including the Mahatma Award in India and Time Magazine's 40 under 40. So, how can people tell this incredible woman how she should feel and react? How can people undermine the boy's reaction and gaslight his joyful emotions so that they can validate their own insecurities? Who are they to demand that this family see the world through their own corrupted minds? Who are they to judge His Holiness and our ancient customs and traditions? If you do not understand our culture, stop imposing your culture on us. Stop corrupting and confusing your weak minds between love and lust. Please stop. Your privilege and your arrogance are disgusting and embarrassing. Instead, take a moment to watch the complete video. Listen to the interviews of both the boy and the mother. It's a click away online. To the global media, shame on you. You make our blood boil. You have blindly promoted this edited video with gross misrepresentation and using clickbait titles and sensationalized languages to boost your own rating and create showstopper contents. Like the speaker said earlier, did the media fact check the content? Did they fact check the source? Did they talk to the office of His Holiness the Dalai Lama? No. Did they talk to a Central Tibetan administration? No. Did they talk to any Tibetan? No. But why are they suddenly so silent about the boy and the mother's interview? Why are they refusing to talk about the full video and the various interactions that happened that day? I asked the media people, how can you survive on your wealth created by maligning a cherished leader that has changed the entire landscape of human consciousness with his universally accepted message of peace, love, and compassion? If these so-called journalists even have a speck of guilt and shame, they need to apologize to His Holiness. The irony is that He has already forgiven them. And we, as Tibetans, we will constantly pity them, but we will also pray for their redemption. The media needs to stop controlling and influencing our narrative and dictating our history. They need to stop hiding behind their financial fear. Instead, find the courage to uphold their sworn journalistic standard and immediately remove the edited clips, do proper research, and present it in an honest and a balanced manner. If you need contents, talk about the 1.5 million Tibetans systematically tortured and massacred by this Chinese government. Talk about the genocide, the Tibetan genocide. Talk about our ancient temples and our culture destroyed, and how Tibet continues to remain the least free country in the world. Talk about how China is obsessed with the 15th Dalai Lama's reincarnation, even as an atheist government. To all the people who benefited using His Holiness's name for their personal fame and fortune, we see you and we hear your silence. We may eventually forgive you, but we will never forget that you chose to stand on the wrong side of history and hide from the truth. To everyone concerned about child abuse and neglect, we applaud you and we thank you. But we now call on you to join us to demand that China end the forcible removal of 1 million Tibetan children, some as young as 4 years old, separated from their families and placed in Chinese state-run boarding schools to erase their culture, religion, language, and identity. Join us to raise our voices on this child abuse, and let's make it a viral issue. To all my Tibetan siblings, this is the time to rise beyond our self-imposed differences and individual separation. Now is the time to rededicate ourselves to the goals which unite all Tibetans. Restore our freedom and independence in our homeland and reunite our fellow Tibetans in Tibet with His Holiness the Dalai Lama.